his father insisted him to go and study. He told, see, in our family, there is no one who is ignorant. So you must study. From this, we get a picture of the society. The Indian society, they always gave importance in study. Everyone should go and study. Then this boy went to the school and they finished his graduation, came back. But father noticed that he is little arrogant. Usually after the education, people become humble. But it's just opposite. Then the father was thinking what to do. And before everyone, perhaps in the school, his father was also a teacher. So in the school, he asked 3 questions, which he could not answer. Then he became humble. And he said, even then, he said, of course, some of the commentators, they said, no, he didn't want to insult the teachers. But some say, yes, that arrogancy was there. So he said, perhaps my teachers never knew this thing, so they could not teach me. As because you are asking this question, perhaps you know the answer, you teach me. So this also shows the arrogance. But whatever, his father started giving him the coaching, the teaching. His father was rather happy. So he is addressing him as Saumya, the very beautiful one and very dear one, the Saumya. And he was going on saying, do you know the beginning of the creation? He said, no. He said, Saumya, idam agra asit. Idam, this, agra, in the beginning, asit, was there. What? Sat eva. The existence was only there and nothing else. So this is a very important question, because if we do not know what is this creation, who made us, and what is our life's goal, there is no ultimate thing. It's just like taking a birth, then growing up, then going to some office and earning some money, and then settling as a householder. Again become old and die, take birth again somewhere, in some different form, again the same thing goes on. Is this the life or what? Who has created us? And why he has created us? Then sometimes the artists are there, through their words they make people laugh. The one of them, he was telling, very, very funny way, a dog was purchased by a gentleman, and dog was very happy. And then the gentleman threw the ball and said, asked, doggy, go and bring it. And the doggy thought, oh, this is very important. So he went running, caught the ball, brought it back, and he thought, oh, master will be happy. Oh my God, second time, again the master threw the ball, doggy, go. After 3 times, he began, if you don't want the ball, then why you are throwing it? The dog was thinking, what is this table? Again and again I am taking birth, again I am dying, again birth, what is this? When is going to stop? So that was the question, to why this birth? And he was asking Saumya, there was something in the beginning. Then obviously he mentioned about the oppositions. Not everyone accepted this view, that there was something. Why? Now a earthen pot was made out of clay. Some people will say that earthen pot existed in the clay. And some will say, no, it was not there. Someone else made it. So obviously, this is the difference. Whether the earthen pot was already there in the clay, or it was not there. Nothing was there. So they say, no, it was asat. Asat means that was not existing. Anything was
that you see, it was not existing. Somebody made it. So, and this is the way the argument went on, and the last time we discussed about it. O-san, said the Aruni, the teacher, and the father, if you know the material, you naturally know the product. So made out of the material. That up to this we studied. If you know the material, you know the product. So this is in general, obviously, if you know what is this, you know everything. And a question came from a successful householder, Kashminnu bhagavo vigyate sarvam idam vigyatam bhavatiti. Sir, can you please tell me, by knowing which I can understand everything? So they like to know the one from which they can know everything. Now, those who are researching, they like to know the one from which they can understand everything. So this is the problem. If we can handle in this way, can we solve this? So they go on, and by that way they are recorded. And that goes down into the books. The next generation students, they learn, they develop over that. Everything is on this way. The international relationship. Think of the 15th century, 11th century, what was international relationship? If you have the group and the strength, chalo, we will go and kill and then capture that way. What international? Now slowly, everybody became strong, and then exchange of culture, the knowledge and education, and also the different businesses, economy, international relationship was necessary. And one after another, they said, you have to behave like this, you have to talk like this, you have to deal like this. So this is the way we learn. And here also, in the scripture, particularly Vedanta, they meditated. Meditated means they close all the information that we collect from the external, that they stopped. That is called meditation. But they were focused to find out something. And this is very interesting. Usually to know we go out, but here to know they go in. And they find, yes, who has made me must be of my quality, must be like me. So he must be having these qualities like me. But no, that cannot be. Because now, slowly, the scientific way they are approaching, because I am temporary. But I am knowing that something there is there who is observing this temporariness. This is a very key point. Someone is there, something is there who is observing these changes. I have to find out that. And when they went on researching, and they researched everything, this air, the earth, the atmosphere, these, then finally they say, why not go to me? Because someone has made me, and I have got that intellect. Who is disturbing the different type of desires? Stop that. When the desires are not there, mind is calm. And this is the mind. From the mind itself, which was disturbing, the same mind gave me the knowledge. The mind that was binding, the same mind gave me the freedom. Freedom means what? Freedom means happiness. No one can make me unhappy. No one. Nothing in this world can make me unhappy. That is called freedom. I am completely free. It doesn't mean that I will do something that will create problem for others. No, not like that. But I am free in the sense joy is there, happiness is there all the time. So they actually conquered their own mind. And Lord Buddha, he was a great successful person. in conquering his own mind, then afterwards, in a very wonderful way, he mentioned, someone may even roll the whole sky like a piece of the cloth or a paper. The whole sky they can roll like this. But I won't say him as a hero if he cannot control his mind. The controlling the mind, now they focused on the mind. And what is mind? Different type of information comes and we go according to that. If the information is wrong, slowly I grow up with those wrong information and start thinking that those are all correct, and I go and propagate that. I become the champion for all those wrong things, but it's the wrong thing. So this always happens. That is why he was praying in the beginning, may the Brahman be friendly with me. Brahman means that knowledge, the consciousness. May I also become friendly because I understand that knowledge correctly. So this goes on. Yatha samya ekena mritpindena sarvam mrinmayam vigyatam syat. Oh dear one, if you know a lump of clay, as you know all those that has been made out of that clay, similarly, Bhacharambanam Vikarunamadeyam. Bhacharambanam, they go on talking. Bichara, they discriminate. Namadeyam, different type of names they only give. If you go to the confectionery shop, there are so many beautiful things, different varieties. Some are white, some are red, some are black, some are these, that. But all are sweet. They're made of sugar. All are tasty because of the sugar. Because sugar is there, milk is there. Obviously, though their names are different, forms are different, they look different, but they are same. That is why the question was, Kashminnu bhagavo vigyate, Kashmin, which one? If I know everything. From the point of view of our own experience, he is coming and asking. Then he said, well, there are two different types of knowledges. One is external knowledge called science, and there is internal knowledge called spirituality. The science and spirituality. Science gives you everything, all these ideas, what is over here. You can learn that. Another is you have to learn, and what will happen? The moment you will know yourself, you know everything. The moment you know yourself, you know everything. In the Mahabharata, they say, and it is very perfectly, what is the best religion? Paramadharma, highest religion. Whatever you want from others, you have to give that to others. That is called Paramadharma. Dharma, righteousness, what is that? Whatever you want. Suppose you go somewhere, you want that people should give me attention, then they should welcome me, they should give me this, they should give me that. That we expect. We expect the honor, we expect the everything. Now, when somebody is coming to me, do I give that to him or her? That is called dharma. So you have to understand yourself, and that you should apply to others also. It also said that the same ekena mritpindena, from the one lump, all that has been made, they're all same. Maybe names and forms are different. So then he was giving the example of the iron, he was giving the example of the gold. From the gold, so many different type of jewelries they have made, but actually it is all the same. And this is the way, again and again, he went on telling, Sad eva samya idam agra asid. Now, what is that Sad? Sad means existence, consciousness. Existence If it is a material matter, something which is there with the matter means made of many other things. Combination of 2, 3 things. Any matter, including our body. Panchabhuta, in the Hindus they say, Panchabhuta. The 5 different things are there that made me like this. Whole world is made of Panchabhuta. There is no 6th one, only 5. Shiti, Apa, Tej, Marut, Bhoma. This earth, this fire, this water, the air, like that it is 5. Only everything that you see. They examined and came out with that. Then ultimately, then said, but someone which conscious is made all this. They utilized this thing and made that. Must be the consciousness. A matter cannot make another matter, but a consciousness can make. So what was there in the beginning? They were asking and then came to, it is the consciousness. And the consciousness is having no form, no limitation. It is everywhere. Now this is the ultimate truth that was discovered and that they announced in a wonderful way. Srindantu Vishe Amritasya. All the children of immortal bliss, listen to me. Srindantu Vishe Amritasya Putra. Sai Dhamani Divyani Tastu. I have understood this. And what is that? Beyond ignorance. One is knowledge, another is ignorance. And what is ignorance? That what we think at this moment. He is different, I am different, this is different, this is different. This is ignorance. And what is one? The one knowledge that gives you the idea of everything. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna never attended any school. He corrected Master Mahashaya in the beginning itself. When the Master Mahashaya came to meet him, he said, what is jnana and what is ajnana? Knowing one is knowledge, and knowing many is ignorance. But Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna was the follower of Goddess Kali. He was practicing tantra. Of course, he practiced Vedanta afterwards, Vaishnava in the beginning, then the tantra, afterwards Vedanta. But a tantric, how he will explain? Also, that is there, present in the teachings of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. How the one who is a Vaishnava will explain the creation, that is also there in the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna. Why? He traveled all the paths. He saw all this. Then he concluded, but in his Bengali, I must quote that, Shop Shealer Ek Ra. All the jackals howl in the same tune. The American jackal won't sing in an American way, the same Indian way. And all jackals, they howl in the same way. So the knowledge is the same everywhere. And what are the differences? He is not mentioning about the Buddhism and others. In the Hinduism itself, 3 very strong different schools came up. One explained the creation from the point of view of the Vedanta. Another strong the ideology came is the Tantra. And third is the Vaishnava. These are and now it is the Tantra. At these 7 days, all people are worshipping the power that is Tantra. So we will come to that, how the Tantra, they are mentioning about the creation. Tasmat asat sat jayate, a group of people, they said, no, there was nothing actually. From there it has come. From asat, asat means there was nothing was there, from that sat has come. I was not knowing anything of A, B, C, D. So it was asat, it was not there. Now I went to school, from the teacher I learned, and then this English, I learned from a teacher. So when I speak English, in the beginning, it was not there in me. Is it true or not? So, whether that was already there or not. So this is the question. When I am doing something, then slowly I can ask myself, slowly I am learning, and then I can ask myself, whether beginning I was knowing it or not, it was there, potentially there. Otherwise it is impossible. Suppose you send a cow or a horse to school to learn English. Will it be able to? No. Why? Potentially, the cow or any animal, bird, they are not having this quality. Why a human child can learn? So this is another, the debate it comes, that some people or some being can do something which others cannot. Why this difference? So these are the different type of question, answer, and the debate went on to final understanding the creation. So they, Vishnu, Brahma, and all these creation, they started. Kutastu khalu shamya evam syaditi hovacha. Now the teacher, his father, he said, now please tell me. The son he knew won't listen to him. He was not that way a very obedient son. But afterwards he became a great rishi. But in the beginning he was constantly arguing and wanted to know, a little egoistic way it was there. So that's why the father gave this argument. Now tell me, some people they say in the beginning there was nothing. If it was nothing, how this thing came? Must be something was there. As the example, as a child, a human child going to the school and learning mathematics, science, English. But suppose you send animal? No, you cannot. Why? Potentially it is not there. Potentially it should be there. That means the consciousness that we see in everything, it is there, potentially there. If not, then how it is possible? And on the basis of that we say, I can become Buddha. Buddha means the knowledgeable one. Swami Vivekananda declared, Buddhahood is our birthright. It is not only Buddha. Some people may say, no, you cannot become Buddha. Some people say, you cannot become Christ. Some people say, you cannot become that and you this. And they terrified people. Even to pronounce that, people are afraid. But it is not true. That is why in the Hinduism they say, each and every soul, potentially, they have that divinity. And this is the reason Swami Vivekananda, he mentioned in the beginning of his speech, each soul is potentially divine. It's not manifested, it is potentially. Potentially divine. Now, should be the goal? Goal is to manifest that divinity. How? By controlling nature. And the natures are two. External nature and internal nature. He said, by controlling nature, external and internal. Your internal nature, you have to fight. No one can help you. The suggestions may come from the books, from your teachers, but you have to take up the suggestion, you have to fight. So this you have to do. But external nature, other people are there to help you. But you have to fight with that. External and internal. Do this with the help of 4 different philosophy, ideas. What are those? The knowledge, the work, then devotion, and meditation. You can take 1, you can take 2, you can take all of them. But somehow, you must conquer and manifest your divinity, and that is the goal. The goal is to become happy. Goal is to become free. Goal is to go beyond suffering. Attantika dukkha nirvritti. Why this religion? So many churches, so many mosques, so many synagogues, so many temples. What is the reason? Why we have to build all these to become happy? Now, we go to the holy place and there we become very violent and go out together and fight with others. Is this a holy place? Then that was there open everywhere. Why should we have to start that in a place which we call God's place, divine place? And that is why our Jesus said, don't make my Father's house a business place. He went to a synagogue and he said, this is my Father's place. Don't make my Father's place a business house. And you are utilizing this and earning money. This is not the place. Go somewhere else. You can do that. Then what we should do? Knowledge. How you can develop the knowledge? I and the God that I am worshipping are same. Through devotion you can do that. And that was demonstrated in the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. He was so methodical. He will never touch anything before bathing, changing the clothes and fasting. And by that way he started worshipping. And slowly, slowly that same Sri Ramakrishna eating, and then first he is eating himself, then offering to God. It is unthinkable. And they say that you are not supposed to look even to the food that you are offering. You should not. In Belur Math, they always, all the food that is offered to God, that is kept separately for the pujari, the person who is doing the puja, and the people who are arranging that. Why? Because they have seen those items. And maybe in their mind they will think, oh, there's a good items. And if they don't get as the prasada, then they will feel, oh, God only, these people they have taken, they have not given me. So that idea may come. The first and foremost, you will get it. But when it is offered to God, don't feel that, oh, I should get it. No. But these are the control, the mind. Mind wants to get it, but afterwards, that happened in the Purulia. I was in the Purulia school, and we used to, in the Purulia, the whole night Kali Puja. And the senior boys, class 10 boys, they were the volunteers. Then one boy, he was given laddus, and that was kept in a mountain like the top, and then the 3, 2, 5, like that, a huge plate, and he was carrying. But the top one was so close to his mouth, and he was fasting all day, and no one asked him to fast, but he thought, no, we should. And he was hungry, and then the top one was so close to his mouth, and he was passing through a place in the dead night, almost 2 o'clock, no one around. So he took that. And when, at the moment he took into the mouth and was about to, someone came forward. He could not talk, it was already there. So obviously he brought him back to me, and 2 o'clock, what to do? Because in the small place, I had to send my peon to the shop again. The shop owner was, again, they had to go down and they collect again the food. They brought it back. Within half an hour, we arranged everything. Then the set next, other one was given, and that was kept to be distributed among the students. We cannot offer to God which we have already taken, not only physically, even mentally. That's why those who are preparing should not even look in that way. Why? Control. This is the first step. But afterwards, when you become one with God, then there is no problem. Have you noticed the children, they come, and whatever the mother is eating, they were taking from the mother's plate. Then notice something the mother is eating, they'll go and take from there also. The other day, one little girl came, young boy, and he was taking from the mother's plate, and then saw something mother has already given into the mouth. He was interested, what is that mother is eating? He went to press the mother's mouth and took it out. And that a child can do. Because the I and my mother are one. Mother also didn't mind. Okay, now you want it, now take it, but you won't. That only you'll eat. So that this relation, when it becomes, then there is no difference. So what becomes ultimate goal? To become one. So what is the ultimate goal of duality? To become one. And then what is the ultimate goal of Vedanta? To become one. Paths are different. Goal is the same. I and my Father in heaven are one. The Jesus who said that I am the Son of God, he again declared, I and my Father in heaven are one. We are not two. A son different, father different, not like that. The oneness is the ultimate goal of all religion. Sometimes we do not understand it, and sometimes we make wrong statements or explanation. This is the oneness. And what is that ultimately? Consciousness. How the consciousness is being expressed, that also will come. And in the Tantric creation, they will say, here it says consciousness. And how the consciousness created? The consciousness thought, I like to be many. That's all. Bahusyam praja aeti. There was the consciousness, as if suddenly there was a thought, a wave came. And it says, Bahusyam praja. Praja means the creation, aeti. I like to be many. The moment it thought, creation came in existence. It is not the one day this, second day that, nothing like that. Immediately, everything. Like everything was already there in the film. The moment they projected, everything was there on the screen at a time. So not little. So, when was the first creation? Another question. When was the first creation? Swami Vivekananda said, Hindus are bold enough to say, we do not know. How can you say when was the first creation? The moment you say on such and such time creation began, then how I am suffering? Because the first creation, I was a tabula rasa. My slate was clean. I never did anything wrong or good or bad, anything. How come then you are giving me the suffering? You say karma phala. At the beginning, I was not having any karma phala. Then why unnecessarily you took me down and started giving me this thing? So naturally, no, we do not know the date of creation, eternal. This is also eternal. So Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, you cannot say iti. Iti means the end. In the Bengali, when they finish the letter, they say iti. It is the end of it. No, it is not end. It's going on and on and on. It has no beginning, no end. But for an individual, it has an end. This is because of the Maya, and that Maya an individual can overcome. For individual, it can stop. But in sum total, it will continue. So what is the creation? From the Vedantic point of view, consciousness. And the consciousness, where from the creation came, it thought like that. Tasma jayate, it go on. Akashat, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Adva, Prithivi, Prithibhyam, Aushadaya, Aushadibhya, all these things came. In the one of the Upanishads it says, the first this came and then slowly, it all came in this way. The Bahushyam Praja Eti, they thought in this way and all was born. Divinity works through wishes. It is not that he went and then collected some volunteers and then did it. No. That through the wishes only. Just he thought and everything. It is also present in the Christianity. Did you notice that? They said there was no light. It was darkness. And the God said, let there be light. It's not that immediately comet came with the comment is that the electrical company. So they went and no, nothing was there. Let there be light. Immediately light was there. Now this is the Vedanta, Dvaita. In the Dvaita, this Jagannatha. And that is also the Vaishnava. In the Vaishnava, how the creation came? God will. He just wished that I like to be many. And he created, out of his wish, the Brahma. Brahma then started creating. How? God gave him knowledge, idea, planning, power. The Brahma did. And how God worked as a beautiful example has been given in the Jagannatha, the statue. We see the Jagannatha statue, but we never ask why the hands are not there and the legs are not there. Then the story always, in the Hindus, they are very good storyteller. So immediately they wrote a story. This happened. In fact, this is, the Jagannatha is not having the hands because God doesn't need any hands to work. It's a will only. And God is everywhere present. So that is the reason he doesn't need any leg to go. That is the Jagannatha. Jagat Natha is the master of the universe. And he is not having leg. He is not having hands. What is it? But this reason is this. But he is having two big eyes. Why you know? Because Dvaita, duality, the God is separate, I am separate. God is observing me, what I am doing. And he is not having even the eyelid. Is not blinking at all, constantly observing. So this is the creation from the Dvaitic point of view. Tantrika, same, but they again separate the same power in two different ways. Shiva and Shakti. That to creation, you need two, intellect and action. Intellect part is Shiva. That's why Shiva is white in color. The white color, Shiva. White means all knowledge is there, but no action. The moment you are active, little black, little red, all the color comes. Yesterday one gentleman was telling, Maharaj, the Hindus should not don't think about the skin color of the human being. This is the color of the quality. The white color means this is the Shvatva. And all the Shattva means the love, the services, the austerity, and all sacrifices. That is the white color. But those things they do with a pinch of ego, red color, because ego. And those things they only do and not for others, for himself, is a black color, because Tama. So Tama, Raja, and Sattva, these are the three powers. Shiva is the Sattva. He is having all knowledge, but he won't work. He will lie down. But the same Shiva is becoming again the Mother Kali, standing on the chest of the Shiva. She is working. And if you notice in the Mother Kali, two things very prominent. The human skull as a garland and human hands, then that is also covering her waist. Why? Because the hands are the symbol of work. And skull, human skull, is the symbol of knowledge. So knowledge and action, both are there. So that is the creation. The creation according to the Tantra is this. Is the mother. She creates. Because she wants to create that. From her own, she is doing it. And the best thing is the Pashu. You know what is Pashu? Pashu means human being. Usually Pashu means the animal, literally meaning, but they say in the Tantra is the Pashu. Pashu Bhava. Pashu Bhava means human. And this human, what they will do? You have to sacrifice. That is why the sacrifice comes in the tantra. It is not the animals, not the goats, but yourself. You have to sacrifice yourself. In many of the places, in the Vaishnavas and also Tantra, you will find the people, they go into South India, almost all people, when they go to the temple, first thing they will do is shaving their head. And all they will shave and come. It is the hair. It is not the hair. It is actually offering the head. I am offering my head that I am giving to you. So that is the symbol. It's not what the unnecessary hair they will do. I heard that they do a lot of big business with the long hairs. But it is not the hair that is to be offered. It's the head. And the head is the main important thing. So Shiva and Shakti. And what is Shiva? Head. The thinking, the thought, the knowledge. And then what is Mother? The action. Out of that, whatever the action is coming, that is the main. So action should be taken. Who can do it best? Tantra says Pashu. From the Pashu, you have to become the divine. How? And there's a beautiful song. It's sang in a nice way in the Bengali. This human mind is just like a fertile land. But oh, my friend, you have wasted it. You didn't do any agriculture over there. You could raise that ground properly. Monere krishi kaj januna. In Bengali, they sing in this way. You do not know how to perform that. If you could, then you could really you could get a lot of wealth from that. How you should do? It says, first you have to go on making a fencing so that from outside the animals should not come. What is that fencing? The name of Mother Kali. The name of Mother Kali should be all the time cover your mind. The mind is constantly covered by the name of the Mother. Kali, 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 so all the time. And then inside you must use the water, and that is the mantra that your Guru has given. Guru Datta Bij Ropon Kore. You are sowing the seed that the mantra your Guru has given inside that. You must utilize this human birth and reach to that oneness. And that is the ultimate of the creation. So here we will conclude because, and we will request you to go and see the Durga today. Today is the Saptami that they are in India they are observing. It is also still the Shashti is going on here. You can go and see the face of Goddess Durga. The Durga is the manifestation of the complete Hinduism, is the unity in diversity. Yesterday we were giving a talk on that in a short time. There's so many varieties of gods and goddesses. They contributed and became one. And that one is everything. Beauty, success, wealth, power, valor, everything together. And of course consciousness. It is there. And that consciousness is present everywhere. If you go to the goddess Durga and try to see that, it is present in the trees and shrubs. It is present in the animals. It is present in the birds. It is present in the reptiles. It is present in the bad people like the Asuras. But if you can control that bad ideas, bad thoughts, what is the bad thing? So people they think, oh, drinking is a bad thing. No. Those who drink, they are very broad-minded people. I noticed that some of them, of course, the drinking is not a good habit though, but they give a lot of donation in charity, whatever they're in the pocket. So, not that they are bad people. So, not that only the drunkards are the bad people. It's not. It is ego and selfishness. who is an Ashura. A means negative, Shura means the knowledge. No knowledge. He thinks, I am going to survive. I am going to do everything. He doesn't understand, before you so many came, after you so many will come. Only this much if you know, you become humble. So this is called knowledge, and knowledge makes us humble. And when we can slay the Ashura that is within us, what we get, whatever you want. In the spiritual life, whatever you want, you like the valor and the leadership and Kartikeya, you will get it. Success in every step, Ganesha. You want the knowledge, then Saraswati. You want the wealth, the Lakshmi. And everything you will get if you can slay that Ashura. That's the Ajnana. It must go. And how it will go? Guru can help you. Who is the Guru? Who gives you the true knowledge. And in this case, Upanishad is our Guru. Upanishad gives us the true knowledge. Thank you, friends. Is there any question there?
Joyjeet has understood that he is the all-pervading pure existence, consciousness, bliss, unattached, self-luminous, free from duality. The question he is asking is, what should I pray to Divine Mother?
That person who was asking the question, he understood that everything is
Pure existence, consciousness, bliss, unattached, self-luminous, free from duality. After understanding, his question is, what should I pray to Divine Mother?
Friend, if you have understood those, then you need not to ask any question, because it is above all questions. So obviously, the moment you know that you are everything, why question? And why you have to pray? No. Actually, intellectually you have understood it, not realized it. Intellectually understanding, all the professors, they know much better philosophy than many others. They're teaching philosophy every day, but they don't practice. So practice, practice, practice. You have to practice every day. And when you practice, you will progress. And how you will understand the progress? You will change. How you will understand the change? You start loving each and every one. This is the beautiful thing. How I will know that I am making a progress in my spiritual path? How? Because in the spiritual path, no money, no that people should appreciate and they will invite me to give the talk, nothing like that. From inside you will feel the happiness. And that happiness will emanate. Whoever comes before you, they will feel that happiness. They will be attracted to you only because of the happiness. Because you don't have any differences. The spiritual growth means happiness. That happiness should be recognized by others also. Well, I am very happy, so I don't go anywhere. I close my door. You are a selfish one. You know, spiritual people, they become very, very selfish because they practice the segregation in the beginning. They don't like to mix with others. You know, in our brahmacharya days, they told you should not see the faces of people because if you see the face, reaction comes. You should not see. What I should see? My own feet. When I am walking, you should see that. That way you should go. Like the after the marriage in our country, the ladies, they go like that, only seeing. Like that, the brahmacharis also should go, then seeing nothing. And then slowly, slowly that life, if you don't understand, actually you are, at this moment, you are controlling yourself. Then you have to develop in spirituality, and that spirituality is love, which will go and embrace the whole world without any boundary. Otherwise, most of the spiritual people become very, very hypocritic and selfish because of the wrong conception. So this is a very great danger for the spiritual practice. The one should be very much aware. And my friend there, if you are trying to understand it, follow it, practice it, and see, are you a better person today Next day, are you a much better person? Next day, you are a much better person? That Swami Ranganathananda Maharaj used to say, every day before going to bed, you must see your chart, spiritual chart. Am I a better person today? I am going to sleep. Next morning, I should be a much better person. There is a growth in the perfectness. Thank you. Achha, very good. So let us say Shanti 3 times. Yeah.
When you are reading, when you mention that you are symbolically you are giving the head, and then you also said as animals sacrifice and all those things you mentioned, I was thinking you are just giving your head means arrogance, ego, and all those things.
Head means that. Head means the ego. That is okay. Symbolically.
But not human.
Not human.
That's what.
Oh, no.
It is meant to. Some of the
You know that wrongly again, there were people, they used to think sacrificing the human head, that the human sacrifice, that is also very...
It was happening also. Some people are literally.
Now that is dangerous. That was also the wrong. Some tantrics, they used to practice the human sacrifices. Even today, in the villages, ignorant people, they think sacrificing the human will satisfy the mother. These are all wrong things. No, it is nothing like that.
When the student came back to the father and asked to be taught, why did he call him Soumya, the dear one, not calling him a student? When the father came
No, father, Soumya means the dear one is the son, that's why. He likes the son, that's why Soumya. Usually, that was the address that fathers used to call the children, the Soumya, the dear one. This is Soumya. Any other question? Okay then. So later, Dr. Babu, you like to ask anything?
Swamiji, this practice of head, when we were visiting Peru, South America, in the ancient time, there was actually the
Sacrifice, human head.
It was such a horrible practice.
Mm.
So misunderstanding about the principles can cause such a wrong thing in the society.
Because the human head sacrifice, it was practiced almost all over the world. But that was very, very wrong though. And you know that in Mahabharata, that our Jarasandha, he arrested, I think at that time, 85 kings, not ordinary people, small kings. He vanquished them, captured them and kept them. He was thinking when it will be 101, at a time he will sacrifice 101 king's head to the god and he will become powerful like 100 kings. But it is good that Krishna came there and then with the help of our Bhima, he was killed, Jarasandha. So this wrong conception is always there. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he actually explained each and everything. If you read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, any spiritual student must read that, whether Christian or Buddhist or Muslim or whatever, to understand what is spirituality. Of course, he has given example, lot of example from the Hindus. But if you are not closed-minded person, if you read the pages, you will get all the answers. God can have form, and at the same time, God is without form. There's a great debate whether God is having the form or not. God can be anything and everything because all-powerful. Who are you to dictate? God cannot have the form. Suppose God takes the form. What is that to you? Whether the God has to come and take the permission from you? So that we have to understand. God is everything. God is all-powerful. But expression of God comes through human being. How? Expression of God comes through L-O-V-E, through love. The expression of divinity is through love. I am a spiritual person. How to prove that? I have grown a lot of long beard, or matted hair, or I am not wearing anything, or standing for 10 years at a time. Is that may be tapasya. that may be the austerity you are practicing, only to control your senses. But when you realize God, the expression will be Love. Otherwise, something wrong. It cannot be anything else. Yeah.
Swamiji, this practice
Hey.
of sacrificing the goat, is it still going on in India? I think it was, or is it still done in West Bengal on these occasions?
No, one or two that is called the tantra. They are not real tantrics actually. Mostly they go to practice tantra to drink wine. So they think in the tantra they give the wine, the pancha makara, ma, in that the what's called makara, M-A, ma. There's 5 makaras are there. So, but one is that makara, mad, matsya, like that. So this panchama, but it is not real mad. That should be there, but you should not touch it. Temptation should be there before you, but you should not touch it. That is called heroic way of practice. But Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said it is better not to do that. Mostly we become weak, and then in the name of religion, we go there to practice, then we fall. I will tell you my personal experience. I went to a place in Bengal, there's a very famous for tantra, these practices. Just to know what is this tantra. I went and I was inquiring here and there. I found everywhere the dead bodies. And they don't burn. They keep the dead bodies, and sitting on the dead bodies, they will do the tapasya. They are there. And one the Swami, he was actually in a very big tree. And near that, close to that, he was having a small heart. He was sitting over there. And in front of him, they dug a small place, and a little child, dead body of a child, that was buried over there. He will be practicing the Tantra sadhana on that. So these are the things. Very horrible. As because daytime and 2-3 of us was there, so it was okay. Then I found a very good-looking Swami singing some songs in Hindi bhajans, very good Hindi bhajans. So I went and sat by his side and told, "You are a very good singer. So what is your experience?" Then he looked around and whispered, "Never ever come over here to practice spirituality. Go to Ramakrishna Mission." He said, because here I came all the way from Bombay to practice this tantra. Now I have become only, he called in Bengali, dasha. Dasha, that means a servant of the bad habits. I cannot stop it. I was a good singer. I could become and make my life with that. But now the wrong decision brought me over here. So don't be here. Better go to, we are brahmacharis, so better go to Ramakrishna Mission. They will save you. So this is very, very challenging because different type of gurus are there, things are there. If you don't understand. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna though practiced 64 types of tantra, all the tantras. But he never allowed his disciples to practice that. He told, no, you need not to do that. Only one was allowed, that is our Sharadananda ji. And Advaita Vedanta, he allowed Swami Vivekananda. But insisted each and every one Samannaya Yoga. The Jnana, Bhakti, Karma, all together. Very difficult. But just remember that when you are growing in a spiritual life, you become a lover of humanity. All of us. If you see the personalities, the Lord Buddha, Jesus, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they loved humanity. Because the human is the best expression of God, of divinity. No relation, but the love that they should manifest. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, my philosophy can be said in 2 sentences. To make people aware about their divine nature, aware about their divine nature, and to help them to manifest it. That's all. So thank you. Let us say Shanti 3 times. Om Shanti. 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 Harihi Om. Tat Sat. And we can say Jai Durga Mai Ki. I will say Jai Durga Mai Ki. You only say Jai. That will do. Jai Durga Mai Ki. Jai Durga Mai Ki. Jai Durga Mai Ki. May the blessings of the Divine Mother be always with us.